Should we do a greenhouse tour? So let's get to my greenhouse.
So I'm just going to do a quick tour around it and then we'll go straight inside. So here is my FICUS AUDREY. This is actually one of the newest plant to my collection. I picked it up from a local seller in Vancouver. She also sells planters and plant stands as well. These are not from her. But yeah, so I've never owned a FICUS AUDREY before, and I heard these are quite sensitive plants. My girlfriends had one before and they said theirs died. So I'm hoping mine doesn't. So far it's doing okay. I do notice a little bit of browning here. So I'm not sure if it's from before or since I've gotten it. I'm not too sure. Like I do notice a few browning spots. Hopefully it's nothing. The soil is, I think it needs to be watered actually. It's really dry. I usually use my moisture meter, so that kind of helps me when to water my plants. But yeah, this definitely needs some watering. Yeah, so it's so cute. I actually originally wanted the tree, but I didn't think it would fit in this corner beside the couch and the greenhouse. But now that I really look at it, there's a lot more room than I expected. So maybe I'll invest into a tree next time. But yeah, this is my beautiful FICUS AUDREY. The leaves are actually very like velvety feeling, like it's super soft. I never actually touched the leaves when I was in the nursery, but yeah, I love it. It's so pretty. So yeah, there is that. And then right on top here is my Philodendron Ring of Fire. So this is one of my favorite plants. Look at the new leaf that it came out. Like, oh my gosh, isn't that like so beautiful? And they actually have some too old leaves. I think it's going to fall off sometime soon here. And here is the newest growth point. Oh my, look, it's getting so long. I can't wait for it to grow out and unfurl. I wonder what kind of leaf it is. But yeah, so this is, I think it needs to be watered as well. It's kind of hard to tell with this. I usually just kind of hold it up, but even then, sometimes it's hard to tell. And then just behind it here is my AKA Big Boy Philodendron Gloriosum. I'm so obsessed with this plant. Like, I seriously need to own more of these big leaf philodendrons. Like, I'm so obsessed. Like, oh, look at that. Yeah, so it's doing super well. It's just sitting on top of my greenhouse, and it's in sphagnum moss as well. So I just watered this about like 2 days ago. I'm still trying to figure out when to water these. Like, I know people say don't leave it bone dry, and keep it a little bit damped, but like sometimes I'm like, feel like it's always damped, or like I really don't know. I've just been kind of winging it, but so far it's doing well. So with these plants, they're actually climbers. When I got this, it was actually in a smaller pot, and this back part here, like this part here, I guess the stem, it was actually sticking out like this much. So I actually had to repot it into this pot, which still needs a bigger pot, but I'm just too lazy to go to the nursery. But yeah, so ever since then, it popped up this new growth point. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm so happy. Like, so I've been kind of pushing the sphagnum around it so it can start growing. But yeah, I'm so obsessed. It's doing super well. One of my favorite. So originally, this grow light here was on top of my other greenhouse, my Detolf. But because I had to make some arrangements with my furniture, I actually had to remove the Detolf and put it elsewhere. So now like the grow light is a lot closer to these plants on top. So I'm hoping like it doesn't do any harm, just because I had a bad experience with one of my plants, my mame actually, and it burnt really bad in the greenhouse, and the leaves completely crisped. So I'm hoping that won't do to this. So I try to move it back and forth just so it gets some like even light. So I hope not. So far it looks like it's doing well. Like there's no like burns or anything. And then here beside it is my Anthurium clarinervum. I'm so obsessed with this one as well. It comes with 4 leaves. This one is a little bit damaged when I first got it, but it's not like it's not getting any worse. But here, look at that new growth that it's coming out. Oh my gosh, it's struggling. I really want to help it out. I know people use like those tools to kind of like assist it, but I'm kind of scared. Like, what if it breaks off? So I'm just gonna let it be for a bit, and hopefully it can push out on its own. But yeah, there's that new growth, and this is in soil. I usually put this here because I notice a lot of fungus gnats. Actually, so far it's been good. And then here behind here is my Monstera Thai constellation. Oh my gosh, I love this plant. It's doing super well in leca. I had it in leca for a while now, and I also use the hydroponic nutrients, and it's doing super well. So originally this plant was in my Detolf greenhouse, and I moved it out here probably about less than a month ago. And then in the next few days, like this new growth pulled out, like this new growth came out, and look, the leaf is about to unfurl. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, it's doing so well. Like, I think it's just loving that 24-hour humidity on it. And yeah, like it's doing great. And then here is my Dischidia. So this one I call it my watermelon plant. Yeah, like it's going pretty well. I think it needs to be watered. I usually kind of just shove my finger in there, and it's a little moist, maybe not. But yeah, like oops. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to put this back in the pot. This definitely needs to be repotted or something, or maybe try to propagate it. But yeah, that's my Dischidia. Super cute. It's super long. So now let's go straight into my greenhouse. So my first one here is my Syngonium Pink Splash. So look at the leaves. It's so cute. This is actually the newest leaf that it pushed out here. So pink. With the light, the grow light in here, it doesn't show the pinkness, but it's quite pink. Super cute. And this is in soil, but oh my gosh, look at this. Isn't this disgusting? Like, I don't know how you guys are dealing with fungus gnats, but it's pretty bad. Let me just how to focus it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think just because it's so humid in here as well, it's just gonna keep growing back. But yeah, that's my Syngonium Pink Splash. And then just beside it here is my Melanochrysum. So here's the newest leaf that it pushed out. It's a little bit smaller, but it's okay. As long as there's growth, I'm happy. And I think there's a new growth point anyways right there. This one is in Pure Light. So I don't know if you guys watch my Instagram, but I tried air layering this a while back, and it was on there for like a few months, and I didn't see any progress. Like, I don't see any new roots forming. I don't know, because maybe I'm just so bad at keeping the sphagnum moss moist. But yeah, like I felt like it was getting worse, so I just took it off and hoping it let it just do its thing. But yeah, if you guys have any pointers, let me know, because I tried and I just end up taking it off anyways. Yeah, that is my Melanochrysum. And then just beside it is my Maharani. So look at the leaves, like, oh, look at the texture. So pretty. So pretty. Yeah, so that's the newest leaf that it pushed out. Yeah, so I don't see any new growth point. But yeah, it's doing well because it just pushed out this leaf here. And then just underneath it is my baby CLARINERVUM. This one is not doing too well. I feel like this leaf is getting a lot worse every day. Like, it's getting worse and worse every day. I don't know if it's because of humid. Like, there's definitely no root rot because I took it out. It was originally all in leca, and then I took it out and I switched it over to sphagnum. So I'm not sure what's going on. So like, the humidity in here is about like 80%. So I don't know, like, is it just because it's an old leaf and it's falling off? Like, I'm not sure. But I also don't see any new growth point either. Yeah. And then here beside it is my Syngonium ALBO. So this one actually has pushed out like three new growths since I've gotten it. So this is the most recent one, and then there's this one, and then I think was this one. Yeah, so it pushed out like three growths since I got it. Like, it's doing super well. It's just in soil, and like, oh, look at these. Like, yeah, it's doing super well. The variegations in there are so nice. Like, look at this one. I love this. It's like a half moon. I love it. I'm obsessed. So yeah, that's my Syngonium. And then just beside it here is my money tree, my variegated money tree. So this is the newest leaf that it pushed out. It's not as variegated as the other ones, but I'm hoping maybe because it's still hardening, so it's still working on its variegation. I'm not sure. But yeah, isn't it pretty? I was told that these plants was supposed to bring you good fortune and prosperity. So money tree, make me some money, money tree. That's in one of the newest growth point that it pushed out. And it's purely in sphagnum as well. So this one, like, this is quite moist, so I know like I don't need to water it yet, so that I can kind of tell. And just because I can kind of tell there's like, it's kind of humid in here, it's still damp looking. So, but yeah, so that's my money tree. This one is hybrids CRYSTALLINUM cross MAGNIFICUM. It's doing super well, and yeah, like, super cute. And then actually, I actually recently repotted this because it was really root bound, and I didn't see new growth for a long time. So I actually repotted to a bigger pot. So hopefully it'll start pushing some new growth for me. But yeah, that's my hybrid. And next to it is my philodendron pink princess. So this one here, it's not like super pink. I'm still looking for one that is has more pink on it. It's still cute. So this one here actually just came out of quarantine. It had spider mites. I did see a few webs, but I didn't see the actual spider mite. I actually had to rechange the soil, repot into a new pot, and then spray it down with insecticide. And it's doing well. Like, I haven't seen any spider mites since. I also do have predatory mites on it as well. And so far, so good. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't give any more spider mites. But yeah, this is my philodendron pink princess. So here, right beside it, is my DUBIA, MONSTERA dubii. So this one here hasn't grown at all, actually. I've had it for a few months, and I noticed like some people's, like, theirs climbed up really high. Mine has just been like this since I've gotten it, and I'm not sure. Maybe it's just because like the roots are not really stuck to the sphagnum, but I do see it, like, it's in there. So I'm not sure what's going on and why it's taking so long. But yeah, that's just my MONSTERA dubii, and just behind it is my El Choco red. Like, I'm so obsessed with this one. Look how big this leaf is. It's almost the size of my hand. Yeah, so look at the back. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? And this one's also in sphagnum moss as well. It's been in here for a while, and it seems to be doing well, so I'm just gonna keep it in sphagnum. Like, I usually don't like to switch out my substrate unless I feel like I really need to, but if it's doing well, like, I just keep it as is. But yeah, so that is my El Choco red, and then just behind it is actually just my pitcher plant. This one here just pushed out this new leaf here. It's supposed to help with like fungus gnats and stuff, but I haven't seen it doing anything, or I'm not sure if it actually works. And up here is my queen. Look at her. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this one. So this is actually one of my recent and expensive purchase, and she is super beautiful. Like, this, I don't know if this was from me or it was already like this. I don't remember, because I was looking at the old photos. I didn't see this little cut, so it must have been me when I was putting it into the greenhouse. But look how beautiful it is. I hope it grows super long. Like, I know some people have it like super big and long. I hope mine grows up like that as well. And this one is also in sphagnum. I actually just watered this a few days ago, so it's quite damped. And then here is my Alocasia dragon scale. So this was actually one of the newest leaves that it pushed out. It was a lot bigger than the original one here. But now look at this new leaf. It's kind of small, but oh, look how cute it is. As long as it's pushing out new growth, I'm happy. Like, so pretty. And then here I have is my silver blush. It's just a baby one, and it's in sphagnum as well. And the sphagnum is still quite moist, so it doesn't need any watering. And then here I have my Stephania erecta. I don't know how your guys is doing, but mine has been dormant for so long. Like, I've originally had it in a well-draining soil, and it wasn't doing anything at all. And then someone from Facebook actually mentioned that hers was in leca and it's doing super well. So I switched her over, and so far, nothing. So if you guys have any pointers, please put in the comment down below, because I really want to see this one grow. It's just a dead potato. And here is my Hoya CRNOSA. I was originally really obsessed with this plant, and now not so really. I'm kind of bored of it, to be honest. I should really give this a good clean though, because I know these are like prone for like spider mites or something. And that is my Hoya rope. And then right beside the silver blush is my Hoya Sunrise. So these are like sun stress plants, I think it is. This hasn't really grown much. I think it's overdue for watering too. But yeah, it's still quite small. I haven't seen any new growth whatsoever. And here is my Ploumani. So this one is actually growing really weird. It's super bendy. Like, look at that. Like, I really want to like bend it back, but of course I'm not gonna, like, maybe if I can put it up in a stalk, maybe would be better. What do you guys think? Yeah, because it's super bendy and it's growing super weird. I actually originally had this at the bottom of the greenhouse, but I recently moved it up, so it's a lot closer to the grow light, and I'm actually kind of scared. Like I mentioned earlier, like one of my plant that was in here, it got burnt really bad, so I'm hoping this one doesn't burn as well. So far it looks like it's been doing okay. Like it's been up here for a good like week or so, so far no damages. And right beside it here is my baby black velvet. This is actually the newest leaf that it popped out here. So pretty. And here is my Cebu blue. This has been in leca for the longest time, and this is the newest leaf that it pushed out as well. Super cute. Yeah, and I think there's some new growth points as well. Yeah, so I find like these containers are really handy from IKEA. A lot of people use it for like their propagations and stuff, and I actually had to tape it because I was kind of worried that it might just slide out. So far it's quite secure on there. And then up here is my Scindapsus, my actually only Scindapsus. There was originally 2 leaves. The other one had root rot, so I had to take it off. And yeah, it's just my one and only Scindapsus. So yeah, so that's it for my greenhouse. So because I kept the door open for so long, sometimes I just give it like a good little spritz, and just to keep the humidity going. But yeah, usually the humidity is about 70 to 80%, sometimes even 90. And yeah, I don't have a fan in here because I find it's been doing pretty well without one, and just like too much wires going on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little greenhouse tour. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!